Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is titled, Social Media is Meaningless. Social media has become one of the defining features of modern life. It influences how people communicate, consume information, form opinions, and interact with the world around them. It allows people to remain connected with family and friends, follow current events as they happen, and share ideas with audiences that would otherwise be unreachable. Those benefits are real, and they should not be dismissed. Social media can be useful when it helps people stay informed, maintain relationships, or exchange thoughtful perspectives. At its best, it can make the world feel more connected and give ordinary individuals a voice in conversations that once belonged only to major institutions. However, social media also has a side that is far less meaningful. While it often presents itself as a place for connection, much of what happens online is shallow, repetitive, and temporary. It creates the appearance of importance while filling people's attention with content that is quickly forgotten. Every day, countless posts, comments, reactions, and opinions move across these platforms. New arguments appear constantly, only to disappear and be replaced by another topic soon. What feels urgent in the moment often becomes irrelevant quickly. Many users do not treat social media as a serious space. They post impulsively, share opinions without reflection, and participate in discussions without considering whether their words have value. Attention often becomes more important than substance. Visibility often matters more than understanding. This creates an environment where genuine connection becomes difficult. A person may enter social media hoping to have real conversations, meet people with similar interests, or develop meaningful friendships. It becomes clear that many interactions are driven less by sincerity and more by attention, validation, and performance. Negativity plays a role in this problem. Conflict receives more attention than agreement. Outrage spreads faster than reason. A hostile comment can attract more engagement than a thoughtful observation, and many users learn to behave accordingly. It is easy to become trapped in that cycle. One comment from a stranger can cause frustration. One disagreement can consume unnecessary energy. Before long, a person may find themselves arguing with someone they do not know, over an issue that will not matter tomorrow. When viewed honestly, these arguments usually have little importance. Two strangers exchange words through a screen, become emotionally invested, and then return to their separate lives. Nothing meaningful has changed. The internet also gives people false courage. Many individuals say things online that they would never say face to face. The screen creates distance, and that distance often removes restraint. People become harsher, louder, and more careless than they would be in person. This makes much of social media feel artificial. People perform confidence, outrage, intelligence, humor, and moral superiority for an audience. The line between genuine belief and online performance becomes difficult to identify. Recognizing this can be freeing. Not every insult deserves a reaction. Not every disagreement requires a response. Not every stranger's opinion deserves access to one's peace of mind. Think about arguments from 5, 6, or 7 years ago on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any other platform. Most people cannot remember them because they ultimately had little importance. They felt important at the time, yet they disappeared from memory because they were never truly significant. This does not mean every online issue is meaningless. Real problems exist, and serious conversations can happen on social media. Some topics deserve attention, and some voices deserve to be heard. The problem is that meaningful content is surrounded by an overwhelming amount of noise. Because of this, people must learn to separate what matters from what merely demands attention. Social media constantly invites emotional reactions. but not every invitation should be accepted. A person has the right to block, mute, ignore, or simply move on. For me, most social media content consists of temporary words from people I will never meet. Once the application is closed, much of it loses its power. The argument ends. The insult fades. The controversy moves on. The lesson is simple. Social media is only as meaningful as we allow it to be. We decide what receives our focus and what is allowed to fade away. In a world filled with constant digital noise, learning to protect one's attention may be one of the most important forms of self-control. That choice determines its power over one's daily life. This concludes this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Thank you for listening. Signing out. Goodbye for now.